Hey friends, and welcome. Today I want to share with you everything that I bought for our baby as a first-time mom, trying to keep things a bit more minimal. I'm all about saving money and not bringing a ton of stuff into our life that we don't need or won't use. But that being said, there are a lot of things that you need when bringing a little one into the world, especially if you're starting like me from nothing. So today I want to take you on a tour of our nursery, our home, and share with you all of the things that we've collected for baby boy. Of course, I mentioned the saving money bit, so keep in mind as we go through this that not everything that I'm going to be sharing was actually bought new. There's a lot that I've thrifted and bought secondhand. I'm also borrowing several items from various friends, was really sweetly given many items as well, and really kind of used buying things new as a last resort. And obviously this goes without saying, but this is all new to me, so I really have tried to consult as many mom friends as I can in trying to figure out what exactly it is that I need, as well as doing a ton of research. So whether you're trying to find out what you need for a baby, trying to keep things a bit more minimal, maybe you're assembling a registry, really hope that this can help. And of course, I will leave links to everything in the description box below for you. But now let's get into this. I want to show you everything we got for the baby. Let's start off with talking about sleeping, specifically the crib. I was able to find my dream crib. It's originally from West Elm, but I was able to find it on Facebook Marketplace with the toddler bed conversion kit and a very gently used mattress, still firm, still under warranty, all for $250, which is incredible. It's so sturdy, love the way that it looks, and even though we won't be using it immediately for a baby, so glad that we have it, and that it's also going to be something that we can use for years to come and potentially other babies to come as well. Now, more immediately, of course, our baby's going to be in a bassinet for the first several months of his life. So again, I was able to pick this one up used. I believe this was $100. This is the Baby Bjorn cradle. It rocks slightly, has really good reviews online, and is in pretty much mint condition. Then for sheets, I did want to make sure that we had at least a couple of each, both for the bassinet and the crib. That way we could always have one clean one and one in the laundry. So I mostly just registered for these really very soft muslin ones from Amazon, but I did end up picking up just one extra crib sheet. Love the little pattern on this one of all the little woodland animals. I figured it would be helpful just to have one extra crib sheet since our child will be in the crib / toddler bed for a lot longer. Then of course swaddles are another sleeping essential, and wanted to try a couple different types out just to see what our baby liked best, as well as what we would personally prefer using. So I kind of went the route of getting one of each, and then I'll pass on what we don't end up using and potentially buy a couple more of the ones that we like and find ourselves using the most. So first one I've got is this little Embe, I think it's called Embe Baby little swaddle. It's a Velcro swaddle, very soft, and I have several friends who swear by these. Also going to be trying out a Love to Dream swaddle. This one just has a zipper, so it's really easy to use. I've heard that these are great for babies that like to sleep with their hands up. Then a little bit smaller, we do have a Merlin Magic Sleep Suit. This was a hand-me-down from a friend who didn't end up using hers a ton, but I know other moms who absolutely love those, and it's their absolute favorite. Then for when the baby's a bit older, we just have a sleep sack. So I think this is going to be when they're at least 6 months. I think this one goes up to 12. And then of course I have just a couple of the traditional swaddle blankets as well that we plan on using, both probably for swaddling purposes, but then also my goal is to be able to use these as burp cloths, as feeding covers for breastfeeding, and to me these are kind of more like multi-purpose blankets. I'll try to report back on these too and let you know what we end up liking and using the most. Then for sleeping, Christopher and I are big white noise people, so our baby is bound to be as well. Kind of more of a long-term stationary solution. We decided on the hatch rest. Really like that it doubles as a nightlight. All you need to do is tap it, turns on, you can program it, and we have kind of been testing it out over the past few weeks, really loving it. Turn this off. Then for a bit more of a portable option, we also registered for the Hush by Yoga Sleep. The idea behind this is if we're going for a walk, we're traveling in the car, anything like that, this is just a lot easier to grab and go. And also here in the bedside nursery, we have our monitor set up. We decided to get the one from Hello Baby, which had good reviews, and I liked the fact that it didn't connect to Wi-Fi, so it's just a little bit more secure. So for feeding, my goal is to breastfeed probably exclusively for the first couple of months, and then eventually, once my supply is established, incorporate some amount of pumping. And so most of what I have for this really focuses on that, and I think that we'll probably just end up buying anything we need formula wise, any accessories, anything like that, kind of if we have to cross that bridge. So first thing that I picked up was this Snuggle Me organic breastfeeding pillow. I really like the shape of this, the silhouette, the color, texture, all of the things. I've also heard really good things about this one from friends. And of course got to protect the nipples, so I also registered for this Earth Mama nipple butter. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to end up needing or how long I'll use it for, so I just have one little container now, but I can always buy more if necessary. And I got a whole bunch of muslin burp cloths too in this kind of like natural oat color. Super soft, really good size, and I think you can get a 12-pack of these on Amazon for like less than 25 bucks. And over here in my postpartum cart, I've got the Haka silicone breast pump, which I think was probably the most recommended item when I asked on Instagram all of you what were some of your must-haves. Also have the breast pump that I got through my insurance. I got the Spectra S1, which is the one that has a battery, so you can kind of move around and be a bit more mobile with it. And we've also got some nursing pads, and I have a couple of bras that are designed to be kind of a dual purpose, so you can use them either for breastfeeding or for hands-free pumping. I kind of like the fact that they're a bit more of a long line bra too. I have a friend who said she basically just used these during the summer as a top, and I think I'm probably going to do the same. Then for down the road a bit, I picked up this pack of Dr. Brown's anti-colic baby bottles, which had great reviews, as well as a drying basket that we can use for bottles, as well as just other baby bits that we're trying to clean and sanitize. Oh, and we also registered for and were given the dishwasher basket as well, which I've heard just makes keeping track of and making sure that all of the individual little parts get cleaned a lot easier. Then along the cleaning and sanitizing lines, I also picked up this Haka bottle cleaning brush. I'm sure if you had a good bottle brush that you already liked, you could just use that. We didn't really own anything like this, so got this one, and I've heard that it's really helpful, especially for getting in little bottle parts. I think this end especially is why people really like this brush. And stored down here, because it's going to be a while before we really need any of these things, I just have a number of silicone bibs. Got this splash mat from Mushy. You can kind of just put this underneath the high chair. Makes the cleanup process a lot easier. I really like the pattern on that one. And then I also have a little silicone set of utensils and drink cups, all of the things for baby-led weaning. It's really cute. The cup looks like a honey pot, got a bowl that's shaped like the sun, and this kind of plate that just looks like a little rainbow with some clouds. And for the high chair, we don't have one yet, just because it is going to be a while before we really need it. But my plan is to get the IKEA high chair and kind of deck it out with the little leg wraps, footrest, and I've heard that that can be a really good solution. Kind of striking that balance between affordable, ergonomic, and aesthetic. Then for diapering, we have kind of two diapering setups. So for our more permanent diapering station, we have the Skip Hop changing pad, which is very similar to the Kikaroo changing pad. It's wipeable, silicone, very comfortable as well, but it is about half the price of the Kikaroo, which is why we decided to go with it. And we have have the Ubbi diaper pail down here, which will hopefully help to control any odors. I really like the fact that you can just use regular trash bags with this. Don't need to buy separate liners. And for our diaper bag, I decided to go the ultra affordable route. This is the Ruvaliano diaper bag I got off of Amazon. I believe I paid less than $30 for it, and my thought was that way if it gets dirty, messed up, anything like that, it's just not really something that's going to worry or concern me. I did consider buying a diaper bag used, but this was even more affordable than most of the used options I was looking at. Oh, and it does come with a little portable changing mat as well, so it's a nice little feature. Then for our more portable setup, which I think I'm going to be using most, especially in those first few weeks for late night changes, all of that, we have this little Ubbi wipes dispenser, which is a weighted dispenser, makes grabbing them a lot easier. Also picked up some diaper balm from the Earth Mama line. I have several of these. Then from Ava and Oliver, I have another wipeable diaper pad. I considered just using the one that came with my diaper bag exclusively, but I figured this way I won't need to worry about making sure that I'm always bringing the diaper pad with me whenever I go out of the house. That way I can just have one for at home and one for out. Then obviously you need plenty of diapers and wipes with a newborn, so fortunately we've been given a lot of newborn size 1 and size 2 diapers, as well as so many wipes. I'm sure we'll end up going through all of it eventually, but I think for now at least we're pretty stocked. Then for baby gear, for the car seat, we opted for the Kiko KeyFit 35, which is pretty affordable price, had really good reviews, and also fit in our compact car, which was important to us. And as my friend put it, if you're going to buy one thing new for a baby, should be the car seat. Of course, we also do too have a little safety mirror here. Then for strollers, we did end up deciding to get two. We got the KeyFit Caddy, which is going to be perfect, especially when the baby is really little, for quick trips. Super easy to fold, unfold, and store. And then for when the baby is a bit older, as well as just for having an option for kind of more adventurous activities, we have the Jeep Turbo Glide, which is a jogging stroller. It's something Christopher really wanted. Then for wraps and carriers, my goal was to have one of each option so we could test to see what we liked, what we preferred, and then also some of them are just better for different stages than others. So for that newborn stage, I have a wrap from Solly Baby. This thing is incredibly soft and cozy, and I'm really hoping that our baby likes being worn because that's something that Christopher and I are both really looking forward to. I also have a Wild Bird ring sling here. This one I'm actually borrowing from a friend, so we'll see which one the baby ends up preferring. I have the ring sling where they're just kind of tucked in, or the wrap where they're just kind of bundled up a little bit more. And for a slightly more structured carrier, we got the Ergo Baby Embrace, which is still incredibly soft and cozy, but does work really well for babies that are a little bit bigger. I really like that with this one, you can wear the baby either forward or rear facing. And just to test, my husband and I both tried this on, found it really comfortable. And we decided not to register for a pack and play because they're very bulky, kind of hard to fit in a compact car, which is all that Christopher and I have. So what we decided to do instead was to register for a travel crib. And this thing is a lot more compact than a pack and play, but kind of folds out to a similar size. What I really like is that it can actually fit in a large size suitcase, so it's great for traveling. We've actually already had friends borrow it and test it out too, and they had great things to say about it. And for bathing, we have a pretty straightforward setup. We have the Skip Hop bathtub, bath rinser, as well as the little spout cover. Then for shampoo and lotion, I just have this little 2-pack set from Honest Company in the scent Citrus and Vanilla. This one right here is a shampoo and body wash, and this is a face and body lotion. And we also have a bunch of these little muslin washcloths. I think these came in a pack of 10 or 12. And for drying off baby, we have a couple of hooded towels. We have this sweet little deer one, a little bear one. And I got both in a toddler rather than an infant size that would be able to use them longer. So when it comes to clothing, I really didn't register for much, apart from a handful handful of basics just because I knew that people love picking out clothes for babies, and so for the most part I just kind of waited to see what clothing I was given, which I actually received quite a bit, and some really cute, sweet pieces. Then what I've done since is kind of filled in the gaps that I had left, primarily through thrifting. And guys, I have found some thrifted gems. I won't show you all of them, but a couple of my favorites. How cute is this little romper? It's originally from Magnetic Me, which I've actually heard these magnetic sleepers are some of the most convenient for late night changes. Also thrifted this sweet little romper, this rust jumpsuit. I found some secondhand pieces that I absolutely love. That being said, I have also bought just a couple of new items. One of the things that I did decide to purchase new was the baby's coming home outfit. This is a little waffle sleeper from the brand Spearmint Love that's so soft and cozy. I did get the little matching hat to go with it. I also placed an order at Kate Quinn for some pieces in just really sweet little patterns and fabrics. So I love this little bee sleeper, and then we got this little critter little onesie. So cute. Right now, probably about 80% of the clothing that I have only goes to the 6-month mark. My plan is just to continue filling out the baby's wardrobe as I kind of know what size he'll be in what season. And just a couple kind of health and safety things. We have the Frida Baby Snot Sucker, which heard is an absolute essential, as well as the Frida Baby electric nail file. And to me, it just felt like this would be a lot less stressful to use than clippers. Then we've got a thermometer, a hairbrush, some gripe water. I have a couple of pacifiers, or in Canada we call them soothers. I registered for the ones from Bibs. I've just got it in a little carrying case, and then I have a little clip that goes with it. I didn't register for them, but I was also given a few from the brand Nuke. I think that's how you say it, which I've also heard good things about, so I'm planning to try out both of them. And when it comes to loungers or kind of places to set the baby down, I went for the same approach that I did with carriers of trying to have one of each option. So we have one swing, one bouncer, and one lounger. The swing is another item that I'm borrowing from a friend. This is the For Moms swing, and what my friend said was that her baby really wasn't a huge fan. However, when I talked to my mom, she said that I loved the swing as a child, so really grateful to be able to be borrowing that to have at least as an option to try out. I've heard the most incredible things about the Baby Bjorn bouncer, and I've had several friends tell me that this is one of those brands, one of those items where it kind of is worth it to pay for the brand name just because it's that much better than everything else. So fortunately I was able to find this on Facebook Marketplace for, I believe it was $140, so probably $70 cheaper than I would have paid for it new. Still expensive, so hopefully our baby likes it, but I am very excited to have this, and it really is in perfect condition. And for the lounger, this is another one of those items that I've had multiple friends say it's probably best to buy new, just because especially newborns kind of end up pooping in them a lot. A lot of them are stained when you look secondhand. Unfortunately, I was able to find this one new but on sale. I think I got it for $30 off, which I was happy with. It feels like it's going to be the perfect little spot just to lay baby down beside me. And I guess it probably fits best to talk about here, but I've also been given some really sweet little blankets. I love this National Parks one, and I'm obsessed with this sweet one that my friend crocheted for the baby. And last but not least, let's chat playing. And this is one category that I really have tried to keep quite minimal, especially considering just how many baby toys and little bits and bobs there are out there. But of course we want to keep baby entertained, so have picked up and registered for a handful of items. The first of which being this collapsible wood play gym. Space is a bit of an issue in our house, so I really wanted something that would be easy to kind of fold up and store away, and this felt like the perfect solution. Also really like the fact that it has all of these little toys that are very easy to switch out, so kind of as the baby grows we can put in some developmentally appropriate ones, but thought that this would be just a nice easy solution. Some of the more like involved play gyms just take up so much room, and honestly, I just don't know that we have the space for them, so really excited about that. Then to put underneath the play gym, and also I would imagine we'll just have the baby on this a lot when we're doing tummy time or he's lying down, anything like that. We have this really fun leaf little play mat. Really like the fact that it's washable and it's a good size. Then something I was really interested in trying out was the Love Every Play kits. I looked into getting them new, secondhand, but then the same friend who's letting me borrow the swing offered to let me borrow her play kits, and so I have, I think, most of the year one Love Every Play kits that I'm borrowing from a friend. And then apart from that, really was just a handful of other toys that I registered for and received. I did ask for one set of little black and white cards because I've heard these are so nice to have in the first few months of baby's life, and I thought this set of little woodland animals was so sweet. Just look at the little hedgehog. He's so cute. Then I also put a couple of teethers on my registry. I've got this little ring one, this sunshine one that is handheld. I think the baby's really going to enjoy just the texture of this one. I also got just a couple of toys from the brand Mushy. So you've got this little orb thing. I feel like babies just love playing with these, putting them in their mouth, all of that. A little set of stacking cups. I feel like these will be really fun for baths as the baby gets older, for stacking all of the things. And then of course, Christopher and I both love art, and so when I saw this little paint palette press toy, I knew that I had to register for it. I know babies love playing with these, toddlers, all of that. I mean, honestly, it's therapeutic for me to play with, but I thought that this would just be so sweet and kind of like the perfect little introduction for the baby to his two creative parents. Then I guess finally we have started building out baby's book collection. So we have some classics like Guess How Much I Love You, Goodnight Moon, but also some really fun ones like I have a national parks one in the nursery, and then also my friend found this My First Book of Houseplants that I thought was just way too perfect. Well, that is pretty much it. That's everything we registered for the baby, and really tried to strike a balance between having the things that we'll need, that we'll use, while not having too much. But of course too, as a first-time mom, this is still very much a learning process for me. And if there's anything that I've learned from talking to fellow mamas, it's that every family is different and every baby is different too. Some prefer some things, some others. So hopefully this will be a good foundation for us. Before I go, I did just want to say too, I am just so grateful for all of the friends and family who've given us things for the baby, who've made things so crazy, who are letting us borrow various items. I'm just so grateful, and it really is so appreciated. And it's really helped us get to a place where now at almost 39 weeks, I feel ready for baby. So I really hope that you enjoyed coming along today, that it maybe gave you some inspiration, some ideas. As I mentioned before, I will have everything linked up for you in the description box below if you want to check it out. And as always, friends, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And also to let me know if you would like an update to this video in a few months once we've kind of figured out what we use. Would you like to see a what I actually use for baby video? Let me know in the comments, because I think that that could be fun, potentially helpful as well. But hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.